Yeah. They'd be like, they'd plant somebody and they'd be like, hey guys, come over here. We promise we won't shoot you with rubber bullets and tear gas this time. And then like little sheeple, they'd be like, meh, over here. And then they'd surround him and shoot him and fucking bring him to jail.
Warning to all the social justice warriors. This video is highly triggerable. Good morning, brothers and sisters. I'm here for another video. This video is about marches, specifically the march happening today in San Francisco against climate change. In fact, I am creating my own march. So stay tuned and see what my march is. So recently I got a text from my mom that reads like this. Hi boys, I just want you to know that you're missing out on a historic moment. Hundreds and thousands of marchers are out on the streets today in the world. Global climate strikes. The thing is, I just don't see how that is gonna make a real big difference. And I'm kind of nervous to even release this video or be making this video because I'm afraid the social justice warriors of this world are gonna kill me for saying that.
Fatality.
So, Mom, I really applaud you for going to that march. I would just do it a little differently. This is how. I am actually doing a march today. It's just a different type of march. Marches throughout history, they've been kind of hit or miss. They've worked, and usually when they do work, it's been a byproduct of a lot of struggle and pain and people dying. And then there's been marches that just haven't worked at all. And usually when a march does work, it has to be for a very great cause that people are urgent about. And in my opinion, people don't seem very urgent about climate change. For example, and this is a great example. Today when I was walking up this steep hill back home, oh, I was so tired. But then I hear this lady coming from behind me and she passes right by me. She's wearing high heels. I run up to her, I catch up, and I say, how are you able to do that? And she replies in an English accent, well, I'm from England, and in England we always walk. It's just normal. We love to walk wherever. We walk 7 miles. And I see here in America, you guys are driving to the gym like every day, 7 miles across the city just to use the gym when you could just be walking like 45 minutes a day and you'll be thin and fit just like me. And I'm not gonna lie, she looked beautiful. She was a beautiful woman. And she never went to the gym. Never went to the gym once in her life, she told me. All just from walking. So the people that are preaching climate change and global warming, those fake little pundits on TV that look so perfect and dandy, all those people don't have a sense of urgency for climate change. They're so fake. They all drive halfway across the city to the gym to make themselves look perfect. They don't really care about climate change. They're just using that to boost their egos. The byproduct of that is you're driving your car, you're using gas, you're burning emissions, and that in turn is fucking the planet over. It's absolutely insane. The same people that are driving to the gym are the same people that are saying that they don't like climate change and they want to stop global warming. You're literally causing it by the way you live your life. Here's my beef with the climate change march. Where exactly are you guys fucking marching to? Those people are literally going to the climate change march.
One side says there's no planet B. We've seen that a lot.
Who came up with these puns?
I don't know. I saw it online, honestly. I can't think of anything. And this one I saw online too. Change policies, not the climate.
Good one, good one. Yeah. How many people do you think are going to be at the march?
I'm hoping like 10,000, but who knows?
Listen here, I don't mean to sound like the bad guy. I just think that if you're gonna march, you should know where you're marching to. If you just know where you're marching for, then you're not really getting anywhere. You're just marching with this thought in your head that you're marching for something. But is that actually making any change? Anyways, I'm on my march. I'm marching, and I'm marching to something, and I'm marching for something. See, I'm marching. I'm marching. I'm marching real good, fam. This man lived in New York, and what's the reason you came all the way out here?
Saw this thing online, and I said, that's mine, but I don't want it delivered via FedEx or fucking UPS. So I said, I gotta go get it. And so I did.
You came all the way out here?
Yeah, it only took like a month and a half to actually get here, and then...
Do you walk out here?
No, I took a combination of hitchhiking with like regular people, cars, buses, freight train, regular train, any way you can, bro. If this fails or that fails, then you find it another way and you just keep moving.
And then this is a guitar, or what is
this?
That?
This is called, here, this is what it sounds like. This one was made in late 19th century Germany.
How much was it?
Only like $400.
$400, wow.
Yeah. But it was next to like $20,000 and $15,000 mandolins. The $15,000 and the $20,000 one didn't even sound nearly as good as this one.
Vintage things are always better. Antique things are always better.
Somehow.
Usually. You gotta be picking the right ones.
So you wanted to talk about climate change, though.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you what I'm doing. Okay, so there's this climate change march happening in San Francisco today, right?
All right.
And I thought about it in my head a little. And I thought, well, these people, they know what they're marching for, but do they know what they're marching to? Not necessarily, they're just marching. They don't know where they're marching to.
Oh, shit. Well, in Brazil, when you're protesting or marching something, the police really try to communicate with somebody, or they plant somebody inside the group, and then that person is supposed to persuade the other people to do what the police want you to do. So like if you're in the perfect protesting position where you can't get surrounded because maybe a hill behind you is at an angle, that would be retarded for police to try to come up. You know?
Yeah.
It's like suicide. They'd plant somebody and they'd be like, hey guys, come over here. We promise we won't shoot you with rubber bullets and tear gas this time. And then like little sheeple, they'd be like, meh, over here. And then they'd surround him and shoot him and fucking bring him to jail. The only difference is I have never seen protests as intense as what's happening in Brazil now, which means that they really give a crap about
that's what I was thinking in my head.
Care.
You have to really care about
the more
the march.
you care, the more bullets and rubber bullets and tear gas is a good thing. That means you're fighting for something for good.
Yeah. So climate change, obviously people don't give a shit because they're still driving their cars.
Let's be honest, the only reason why you're going to this march is so you can say that you want to march and so you can post on social media. That's the only reason. If you're living in a rich country like America and a super rich city like San Francisco.
Thank you, man, for the interview. I'm actually on a march of my own to horticulture to buy a little tree. I'm gonna go plant in the forest.
Oh, sweet, dude, that's cooler than
that's where I'm marching to.
I saw buy a coffee and get 10 plants, 10 trees planted in Ecuador. I'm like, what about 10 trees planted in San Francisco? I can still see down the street. If this was Sao Paulo, Brazil, you wouldn't be able to see the third flag. There's so many fucking trees. What's your name, brother?
Noah.
Noah. I'm Shannon again.
Hi, Shannon.
Yeah, it's Shannon.
It was great
Short.
talking to you, dude. You seem like a really smart guy, and you had some good stories.
Yeah, I like when people want to inform each other.
Thank you.
You're awesome, Noah.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Yeah. This is where I've been marching to. I'm marching for climate change. I'm marching to the horticulture shop to buy a tree to go plant in the forest. That's how I think I can help with climate change. That's good. You have any pine trees?
No, they're just not a popular tree for people to buy. This one's California Glory. So they would probably be one of the best things to plant because they're drought resistant. They grow fairly big, 20 feet, and they're They're truly native. So, all right, I'll let you look around. If you have any other questions, let me know.
I'll look around. So I gotta choose a tree. Unfortunately, horticulture didn't have the tree that I was looking for, so I have to go to another nursery. Pause. Change your plans. Okay. I scrapped the idea of going to the other nursery and getting a tree, and I thought about it. I can get a tree from my backyard. I have a fig tree, and with a fig tree you can just snap a branch off, stick into the ground, and it'll start rooting and it'll grow a tree. And there, I've grown a tree. In fact, I can snip a bunch of branches off and grow a bunch of fig trees. Do some research. Fig trees actually support a whole bunch of life. They are one of the plants that support the most life. They're an amazing plant that do a lot of positive things for our ecosystem. So what inspired me to make this video is that tree right behind me. That one. Guess where it came from? It was from my grandma. She is 80 years old. And she got that tree at Walgreens during Christmas when it was just a little itty bitty tree. It was $12. She bought that little Christmas tree. After Christmas, she didn't have anywhere to put the tree. She didn't want to throw it away. That's a waste of a tree. So she decided just to plant it in her backyard right there. And from being a small little tree from Walgreens that was just going to be a Christmas tree, it became a huge pine tree. And I see this pine tree support so much life. Birds live in it. It's creating oxygen. It's creating shade for me right now. It does so much, and it's amazing that this little plant from Walgreens has become this big, beautiful tree. So right now, I'm gonna go snip some fig tree branches and go grow them at Glen Canyon. For me, the coolest thing about a march to your local nursery or a march just to your backyard, I feel like that actually makes a difference. When you're growing a tree in nature, when you are planting these plants, you're actually making a difference. There's a chance that this tree is gonna grow and help create oxygen and help support life, and you make a home for birds and all other sorts of animals. I feel like after you go to a march in a city, what have you accomplished after? You get riled up, people are there with their banners and posters. You get a great story on social media, I guess. That's really great. You get to connect with your friends, you get to march with your friends, you feel like you are marching together against something. But at the end of the day, the outcome isn't supporting or helping nature. There's a more straightforward approach to solving climate change, and it starts with you. And you don't need to join a march or have a big group of people around you to feel like you can make a difference. You yourself can grow a tree whenever you like, and just by doing that, you're helping fight climate change. Simple as that. Look at that, right here. It's a little sapling right here. So this little sapling, he isn't getting the love he needs because he has this big fig tree taking all the good nutrients. These guys are really tough. They can survive anything. Okay? It broke there, but it's okay. These little roots will sprout. Fig trees are amazing in that they can regenerate their roots and grow into a big, beautiful fig tree. It's really cool. And obviously this fig tree is very successful in this climate. It might not be native, but America is a country of immigrants, right? We like diversity. I really don't see how this is going to affect anything. I see plenty of bugs and birds and animals that come and eat the figs that are produced by this, and they'd all be grateful for another fig tree in this world. So I'm just gonna make a little hole in this pot for transportation. And also, this is really good earth. It is full of proteins, plant proteins, fertilized earth. There's earthworms in here. Hidden. I want to give our fig tree a head start ahead of all the other plants. Beautiful. Beautiful, look at that. We got our beautiful little fig sapling right here. Let me give it a little water. I'm gonna let it sit here for a little while. Get self-adjusted. And I'm gonna go take it to Glen Canyon and go plant it in a really nice spot. And it's gonna grow into a big, beautiful fig tree that I will be able to show other people in a few years. My fig tree has soaked up the water and is well adjusted. I want to make it clear that I have nothing against marches or protesting. I think all those things have great benefit. What I want to do with this video is just provoke people a little bit and get people to do things more on their own. How many people do you think are going to be at the march?
Like 10,000, but who knows?
All those people, instead of going and marching in the streets and hoping that the government will do it for them and hoping that some policy will fix their problems. Imagine if they had just gone down to their local nursery and planted a plant on their own. It's really amazing when you look at the power that you hold in your own hands. Imagine how many trees would have been planted just today alone. They have to put less faith in government establishments that are just people just like them. The government is the people, am I right? Jesus, I cannot be driving and filming. The government is the people. That's how all the speeches go. It's like, we the people of the United States of America, blah blah blah. The government is the people. So when you're marching and hoping that the government, which is just the people, is gonna, you know, listen to you and solve your problems for you and fix climate change, what are you really doing there? You're shifting the blame, or you're shifting responsibility onto the government, which is just a word. It's just a concept. Government isn't a real thing if you really think about it. What really needs to be done is you just need to go and plant a tree, because you are the government. So be the government, and go plant a tree, like right now, today. It's so damn easy. You can do it yourself. It's simple as that. I'm marching. Yeah. So yeah, just march to the fucking forest and grow a tree. Instead of carrying a banner, carry a tree. That actually symbolizes something that symbolizes nature. That symbolizes what we want to fix here. So let's find a good spot for this tree. Okay, I've chosen this spot to plant my tree, and I like this spot because one way is a path, and lots of people walk by here. This used to be one of my favorite paths to walk by. So in the future I can bring my friends here and show them that I grew this little sapling and tell them the story of how it became a tree. So there you have it. A fig tree. Out in nature now, on its own. It's gonna grow to be tall and strong. It's gonna provide food for all the little animals out here. And it's gonna help save the climate and whatever. You know the saying, sometimes in life you gotta get your hands dirty? My hands are all dirty. Yeah. My name is Noah. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, or subscribe if you liked or enjoyed this video. If you thought it added any value to your life, or if it was positive in any way.
You're awesome, Noah.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe and share.
Yeah.